Hi guys, it's Ken here. Just before you go into this podcast short, just to remind you that I have my new website, which is gab2.com. You can connect with other English learners around the world with audio and video chat rooms. And at the moment, there are 3 free conversation classes every week. So I'd love to have you there at these drop-in classes. So check it out, gab2, gabtoo.com. See you then. Hey everyone, it's Ken here. Check out this podcast short with myself, Ajarn Ken. We've got Teacher Will and we've got Teacher Lily. And in this podcast short, we discuss the best ways on how to improve your vocabulary, but more importantly, tips and ideas from all 3 of our teachers here on how to remember vocabulary, what tricks and what practices you can do to remember new vocabulary. Check it out. So the first question I got is how to improve vocabulary. Now, this is a question that comes up every day to me, every day. How can I improve my vocabulary and how can I remember vocabulary? Yeah. Now, for me, when I was learning Spanish, I lived in Spain for a few years, for 6 years, and I was learning Spanish, and I found it quite nerve-wracking speaking another language and trying to remember vocabulary. So one thing I used to do was if I liked the sound of a word, I would make 3 sentences with that word in Spanish and repeat it over and over and over. And this actually helped me, to improve my Spanish because I was actually learning in sentences rather than individual vocabulary. So if any learners are kind of, wondering about that, it's really important to learn the vocabulary in the context of how you're going to speak it. Yeah? Right. Would you agree with that?
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Definitely. I mean, for me, it's kind of like I just kind of have a 3 quick rule. I think when you're learning vocabulary, it's I did a video about this a while back, but it's kind of like, let's say I want to learn, I see a word belligerent and I don't know what it means. Well, the first thing is it's like, hey,
belligerent. What does it mean?
You know what it means. Come on. But anyway, belligerent. So that's a great example. You look the word up, figure out what the meaning is, and try, if possible, not to translate in your native language, because to Teacher Lily's point, that oftentimes causes problem in your programming your brain. But do not translate if you can. So you get the overall meaning, try to find out, what the definition is. Then what? You use that word in a particular sentence. Oh my God, he is belligerent today. Something's the matter with him, right? So what do? You define the word, you come up with associated synonyms, more like angry, use the word in a sentence. And then in order to retain that word, is that you use that word as much as possible. Research has shown that the more you use the word at least 7 to 10 times, is that, hey, you retain it. So that's really kind of what I teach people. To your point, Teacher Ken, again, learning vocabulary, do not learn it. My recommendation would be, is do not learn it in isolation. You learn vocabulary or most things in the English language in situation and context. So the more that you use the words in a sentence and then to retain it, you could use stick-it walls, you could listen to it, you could write it down. Writing vocabulary down in sentences and context and use is a great way. I mean, that's what I applied it when I was learning French. So those are my suggestions for vocabulary.
Fantastic. Lily, what do you think? Because obviously you've had to learn new vocabulary, etc., on your journey to being a perfect English speaker.
Oh, come on, thank you. Well, as I said, I really think that it's so important to stop translating things into your native language because it doesn't work. It brings you as far from the result as it's possible. So if you really want to improve your vocabulary, you really have to do a bit of work. So you start reading. So for me, reading worked, and reading something that's interesting for you. And when you see the words you don't know, you open the Cambridge Dictionary, Oxford Dictionary, and you check the definition. And of course, at first, it's going to be difficult because you're going to look at the definition and like, oh my God, 10 more new words for me. But that will pass. So you are trying to figure out the meaning of this word. You don't need to translate it. So right now, how do I feel when my students ask me to translate what I said in Russian? I do have problems translating it. Sometimes I don't know how to say it in Russian. And I try to explain to them that it's okay. These two languages are completely different. So people think differently in these two different languages. So you don't need to translate. You just need to have this feeling. You have to understand what's this about. So I also think that learning synonyms is very important. So you see the word, like you said, belligerent, and you see what does it mean? What other word can replace it? Okay, let's say hostile, right? Okay, if you know the word hostile, then it's going to be already easier for you. So you'll learn 10 more words together with this one word. And yes, I think reading is the best. So you learn in context. You're going to understand why did I don't know, why do they say this way? Okay, the person was very angry. That's why he said this way. And then you're going to remember. Of course, writing down is also very important, because if you just, you just see this word and then you just forget about it, it's not going to work at all. So I use my iPhone to read the books, and there is a great option there I'm going to share with you. So you can upload whatever dictionary you want here. So when you read, you can look up whatever word you want. So you just select the word, you press the lookup, and it opens the dictionary for you. So you read the definition.
Wow.
Yes, right here. So you just get the word. Okay, for example, I have here the word aggressive. I look it up, and my dictionary opens. Oxford Dictionary said ready or likely to attack or confront. And it has an example here for you.
Fantastic.
So after that, you highlight that word. And later you can open the list of all the words you highlighted, and you just go through it like several times a day, or at least once a week. And I think it works. I mean, I really think it works.
What app's that? What app's that? What app is
Sorry,
that, Lily? What app is that, Lily? What app?
What app?
With app?
Yeah.
Oh, iBook.
Here's my app.
iBook.
Oh, just iBook?
Yes.
Right, okay.
Just iBook.
All right, fantastic. I haven't got that on my phone, right? All right, okay. Good stuff, no? Good. Yeah, I think one thing I see a lot of Instagram is there'll be like, there'll be like a post with about 20 words on it, and then there'll be the antonyms or the synonyms. Now, I know you're saying like find the synonyms, but what we were saying earlier, the words on their own can actually bring a different meaning, I mean, a classic example, and I see it all the time, is the word pungent. And always gets used incorrectly, Pungent we use mostly about a smell, but a lot of people will use the word pungent for someone's behavior, for example, So I think sometimes, as you say, you have to kind of learn the vocabulary in the context,
Yeah.
No, I definitely agree with you, Ken. I mean, certainly content providers have the opportunity and they choose to do, but my approach is you use vocabulary in context situation, and that way it helps somebody remember what the word you're studying.
Absolutely. I think the things on Instagram just now, the reels on Instagram are brilliant, because they're just like, I don't know if you've got them where you are, they're just like 30-second videos. You give the vocabulary, give an example, and it's finished, So it's really kind of using the vocabulary. You can use it in the context,